Hello there, welcome to day 12 of Lent here at Swalecliffe Free Church. It is Tuesday, the 2nd of March 2021. As you can see, the barbers are still not open, but we continue to reflect and consider Christ, God, the Spirit in this season. And today is a message of the gift of reconciliation. This reflection is taken from Mark Green's The One About, 8 stories about God in our everyday. We use this for day 1, where we looked at Victoria. Today, we're going to be looking at Mike, and it's been adapted and shortened for length and clarity. During a men's meeting in a local church, the minister was trying to persuade the men to open up. Just that little bit more. Men sometimes won't open up in front of one another. And yet this is a key part of relationship building, especially in a church. The question he had asked was, what are you good at in the Lord at your work? What is your ministry where he has placed you? The men were cagey, but Mike shyly but willingly spoke up. As some of you know, he said, I am a policeman. I'm actually part of the armed protection team at number 10 Downing Street. He had the men's attention at armed protection. He carried on, it's a pretty macho group of people, and over the years there has been quite a lot of conflict. I've found that I'm pretty good at bringing people back together. And that was all Mike shared, and he just looked down at the table, probably thinking that he hadn't really said very much at all, or really answered the question, how it was framed to him. After a pause, though, one of the other men finally spoke up, and he said, Mike, you've got a ministry of reconciliation, my friend. A huge smile stretches across Mike's face at this, a joy of recognition that what he did and does has purpose for God's kingdom. Then another man spoke up. Mike, you're a peacemaker, and blessed are the peacemakers, for they will be called sons and daughters of God. Matthew 5:9. And all the men began to realise that here was a man teaching Jesus' way of forgiveness at, of all places, number 10 Downing Street. Certainly worth celebrating. God was working through Mike, and Mike could now be confident in the gifts and work that God had given him for his kingdom. He was a reconciler and a peacemaker. So I wonder how God is using you in your work, your home, your neighbourhood. Maybe you don't even realise, like Mike, that you are doing it. But looking at what Mike was doing through the lens of the Bible shows us just how useful you and I can be to God where he has placed us. We'll turn to our Bible reading. It says, For it is God who works in you to will and to act in order to fulfill his purpose. That's Philippians 2:13. God is working in you. So let's just end with prayer. Lord, thank you for placing us where you have. Help us to serve you in whatever capacity you have planned for us, to minister and show God's love in all that we do. Amen. Amen. God bless you. Check back in tomorrow for day 13 of Lent. And I hope this has been a blessing for you this morning. God bless. Goodbye.